Ballava Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Bhaja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Ballava Girivaradhari Gopijana Ballava Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Brivakajara Sarasisi Mahat His Divine Grace Sri Lesa Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Brivakajara Sarasisi Mahat Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Gokisha Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Srila Thakur Bhakti Vidodi Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarasanga Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga Go Premananda. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana Timirandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Ambupakamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Setam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhana Sudadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Paritanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. Today's verse number 21 of chapter 17, correct? Chapter entitled The Divisions of Faith. What does that mean? Okay, so please repeat kindly. Yatu pratyupakāra-artham 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 phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate cha parikliṣṭaṁ tad dānaṁ rājasam smṛtam yatu pratyupakāra-artham phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate cha parikliṣṭaṁ tad dānaṁ rājasam smṛtam. Okay, go ahead. Pratyupakāra-artham
phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate cha parikliṣṭaṁ dānaṁ rājasam yastu pratyupakāra-artham phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate cha parikliṣṭaṁ tad dānaṁ rājasam smṛtam.
Okay.
Yatu prati-upakāra-artham
Yate upadikāra-artham
phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate cha parikliṣṭaṁ tad dānaṁ rājasam smṛtam.
Okay. Upakāra-artham
phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate cha parikliṣṭaṁ tad dānaṁ rājasam.
Yatu prati-upakāra-artham phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate cha parikliṣṭaṁ tad dānaṁ rājasam smṛtam.
sampitam
yattu prati-upakāra-artham phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate ca parikliṣṭaṁ dānaṁ rājasaṁ smṛtam. yattu prati-upakāra-artham phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate ca parikliṣṭaṁ dānaṁ rājasam.
Okay, thank you very much. So now, word for word. And this is why Prabhupada did a wonderful thing, giving the word for word, because many of these Sanskrit terms, they need scientific understanding that may not be exactly there in English. So, uddiśya. Oh, sorry. Yet, that which, to, but, prati-upakāra-artham, for the sake of getting some return. Phalam, a result. Uddiśya, uddiśya, desiring. Va, punaḥ, or. Punaḥ, again. Dīyate, is given. Cha, also. Parikliṣṭaṁ, grudgingly. That. Dānam, charity. Rājasam, in the mode of passion. Smṛtam, is understood to be. So, translation, Srila Prabhupada. But charity performed with some expectation of some return, or with a desire for fruitive results, or in a grudging mood, is said to be charity in the mode of passion. Please repeat. But charity performed with the expectation of some return, or with a desire for fruitive results, or in a grudging mood, is said to be charity in the mode of passion. Purport, Srila Prabhupada. Charity is sometimes performed for elevation to the heavenly kingdom, and sometimes with great trouble and with repentance afterwards. Why have I spent so much in this way? Charity is also sometimes given under some obligation, at the request of a superior. These kinds of charity are said to be given in the mode of passion. Right, that's quite clear. There are many charitable foundations which offer their gifts to institutions where sense gratification goes on. Such charities are not recommended in the Vedic scripture. Only charity in the mode of goodness is recommended. Makam karochi vachalam pangam laite girim yat kripa tamaham bande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. So, yattu pratyupakāra-artham phalam uddiśya va punaḥ dīyate ca parikliṣṭaṁ tad dānam rājasam smṛtam. But charity performed with the expectation of some return, or with a desire for fruitive results, or in a grudging mood, is said to be charity in the mode of passion. So 3 things here. Charity performed with the expectation of getting some fruit, some return, a business dealing, or with a desire for fruitive results. Now that may sound like the first one, but we can understand that is a karmic idea, artham. Some fruitive results means there that maybe I can go to heavenly planets. I can elevate myself materially. Prabhupada, I was just listening to a lecture, and he says like that. The karmis, they perform activities, karma, and they're thinking, I will enjoy in this world, And also, when I leave this body, I'll go to Svagaloka. So that is bhukti, right? You know that sloka, right? Everyone knows, except me maybe. Oh, Krishna Bhakta Naiskam Atayeva Shanti. The devotee of Krishna is without material desire. Bhukti Mukti Siddhikami Sakale Ashanti. All those that have a desire for bhukti, which means sense enjoyment through karma or anything. Mukti, oh, I want to get free of the material world. I want to merge in Brahman. Prabhupada explains that's like sense gratification. Because you're trying to merge in the Brahman to enjoy. Just like it's in the cold weather in winter. You go in a hot tub and you enjoy. So when you become out of the material energy, you go into the Brahman effulgence of Krishna, and you may have an enjoying mood, like, oh, it's better than material anxiety. And then siddhi means you want some material perfection. Like anima ligamasa, these yogic perfections. So that makes a person ashanti. So here, fruitive results. So some return. So that means you can think of that, some material return now. I want to get something back. Yes, and charity performed to go to heavenly planets, fruitive result, or a grudging mood. Oh, I have to do it because some superior made me do it. So that's charity in the mode of passion. Let's look at the other ones. Prabhupada finished by saying only charity in the mode of goodness is recommended. So let's look at the previous verse. Charity given out of duty, without expectation of return, at the proper time and place, to a worthy person, is considered to be in the mode of goodness. So that's clear, isn't it? Out of duty. So yes, yagya dana tapasa. I think that's later on, verse 24. I just read it. Yes, therefore transcendentalists undertaking performances of sacrifice, that means yagya, charity, dāna, and penance, tapa, in accordance with scriptural regulation, begin always with Om to attain the Supreme. So that is the duty of a human being, to perform yagya. That means worship of the Supreme Lord, generally. And then tapa, dāna, a person that is fortunate enough to have a spare cash, he should perform charity to suitable persons. And then tapasya. That means what we learnt about that last week, right? That means you must control the senses by exerting your own will. Instead of eating 5 biscuits, you have just 2. So you control the tongue. Instead of sleeping excessively, you sleep just which is required, and so on. That is tapasya. And then yagya. Yagya, that's the most important thing. Everything should be done as yagya, right? What does Krishna say? Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Mad yagi means yagya, yes. So yagya, everything should be done as yagya to the Supreme. That is transcendental. Let's see what the yagya in goodness. Out of duty, charity. We're talking about duty here, but without expectation of return. Yagya dana tapasa. So that's very important. Manmana bhava bhakto madhyaji. Because what? Yes, we are thinking of Krishna, manmana, bhava bhakto, in a devotional way. Correct, right? Without desiring bhukti, mukti, siddhi. We're just performing bhakti for the pleasure of Krishna. And let him decide the fruit. We've talked about this, right? That is called ahoitaki bhakti, without material desire. I just want to give spiritual happiness to my spiritual master, the disciplic succession, the sadhus, the great demigods, and the Supreme Lord. Let my service be pleasing. That is ahoitaki bhakti. Remember that sloka we've been quoting? Save pumsam para bhukto yato bhaktir adhoksaya. Ahoitaki apratiyata yenatma suprasidati. Yes. The highest save parodharma is to worship adhoksaya. That is the object of Sanatan Dham rather than Varnashram. Because Krishna is adhoksaya. That means he's beyond the material world, beyond the material senses. He's transcendental. So Sanatan Dham means eternal religion, eternal sadhana, is aiming not for any material fruit, karma, gyan, mukti, whatever. It's just thinking, let my service be pleasing to Sri Bhagavan. Right? What does Lord Chaitanya said? Bhagavat bhakti ahoitaki tvai. Let me ahoitaki offer bhakti to you. So this is very important. This is Siddhanta. This is Abhideya. We must know how to perform yajna. But this yajna, that third word, manmana bhavamad bhakta, okay, think of Krishna in a devotional way. Yajna is necessary while we're in the material world. Because, like Bhaktivinoda says, manasa deho geho yokisho mohora. I have my house, my griha. That means my material paraphernalia, right? I have my body, and I have my mind, and I surrender them all to you, adhoksaya, right? So, because we are in the material world, we have to perform bodily activities to maintain the body. We have to eat and sleep and get married and do so many things. But we should yukta vairag, that is yajna. We perform all the material activities as an offering to Krishna. That is yukta vairag. And then, in the midst of that purity, then we can perform Sanatan Dham, which means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada, Sevanam. These are all directly towards adhoksaya, especially when we're purified. And we perform them without an expectation of return. I want something back from Krishna. I want this position in the spiritual world. I want this, I want that. So that means sakale ashanti, ashanti. And that will not, this is the point I've been saying and realizing for the last couple of, if we think in that way, that I want something, then our consciousness will not wake up real purity in the heart. Because real purity means that if we consider what the great acharyas explain is that everyone in the transcendental world with adhoksaya, they are not considering, I want something from Krishna. And Krishna is not thinking, I want something from them. They're in this bhakti rasam rita sindhu. They're in this ocean of ecstasy, which of selfless devotion. You understand my point? They're not thinking, I want return. I want to achieve this. They're simply thinking, let Krishna and Krishna's devotees be pleased. And Krishna is thinking, reciprocating. He's the source of that mood himself. He is achintya, he is adhokshaja, he is atmaram. He has nothing to achieve, but he expands as the living entities, the spiritual material energy, out of his generosity. And he wants to see his devotees blissful and happy and fulfilled. So that's his purity. He wants our happiness, the devotees' happiness in the spiritual world, and the devotees in the pure spiritual world, they are thinking Krishna and Krishna's devotees, let them be happy. And we hear that there's a competition, right? Who can make the other person more blissful, more satisfied. So we should grasp this idea very carefully and meditate upon it. And then we can perform a hoitiki bhakti. You understand? You understand the point? If we haven't got this siddhanta, we will come to bhakti and we'll think, I want position, I want salary, I want followers, I want a dynasty. Because that is the material conditioning, right, of everyone in this world, right? Even if you're a lion, what do you want? You want a territory, you want lionesses, you want a big position in the jungle or the, what do they call it, the savannah, right? The dogs in the street, what are they thinking? Hey, from Radharaman to Gokulananda, this is my territory, and I'm the big dog here. You come here, and I'm controlling and enjoying everything in the street here. And you monkeys get up the flagpole, or else I'm coming. So that is not just dogs and monkeys, but that's also human beings. This is I won't say any political words, but this is what happens in the material world, right? People put down borders and say, this is our land, if you come 1 inch inside, there'll be hell to pay, and so on and so forth. So everyone is competing to be the big dog. But the devotee, he's relieved from that. Sakala, he's shanti, because he knows what? Ishvara Parama Krishna. And also know, what's that first verse of Ishupanishad? Isha Vasha idam sarvam yatkinchat jagadam jagat tena tak tena bunjita magrida kashasvit dānaṁ. Everything belongs to Krishna. Even in the material world, it's not disconnected to Krishna. So let me use everything in yagya. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyadi. So yes, because I live in this material world, I have to have some material paraphernalia. I have my material body, I have my material mind. So I perform yagya. And I do it mam namaskaru. I do it with humility and as an offering, not asking for anything back. Now just consider, we're talking about, Krishna's talking about here about return. If you offer to Krishna and then you say, Krishna, I just give you a lot of cash and I gave you a lot of things. Now, what about me? This is not exactly humility, is it? Huh? It's not exactly humility. Oh, Krishna, I built a temple for you, and now, don't forget. No, that's not Krishna. That's not the Shuddha Bhakta. Huh? That is not bhakti. It is charity in the mode of passion. It is still contaminated. So how do we become free of that? Mam namaskaru, we become humble. But main thing is that we should learn siddhanta. we should understand the spiritual world. Prayojan Tattva. How in the spiritual world, everyone is dancing with Krishna, embracing Krishna, herding the cows with Krishna, joking with Krishna, going for swimming and wrestling matches and so on according to the different relationships. But it is all selfless. It is all selfless. So if we contemplate this by our chanting and by our study of 10th canto of Bhagavatam and Krishna Bhavanamrita, Prabhupada says that in the Krishna book. He says, somebody that wants to know the Leela of Krishna, he should read Krishna Bhavanamrita. That's by Vishwanath Chakravarti, and it explains the Astakala Leela, the 8 time periods. And that is based upon Govinda Leelamrita. There's also another one, Sanat Kumar Samhita, which gives the Astakala Leela. And so, if we have the right Siddhanta, and you're all experienced devotees, so we can talk about these things, if you have the right, then you can enter into contemplation of the Leela. You understand? The neophyte must understand first, Kali Yuga, chant Hare Krishna, follow purity in your life, learn that you're not the body. But as you're all experienced devotees, so we should now move on to that plane where we're understanding the transcendence, adhoksaya. And those 2 words, I was just thinking about this today. Krishna says, well, ahoitaki, right? Selfless devotion, not asking for a return for personal satisfaction, but a pratihata. A pratihata means unbroken, right? 24 hours. It's not that we perform bhakti and then we think now watch television for 4 hours. You understand my point? Or I'll read Time magazine and discuss politics with my friends for an hour or 2. We should know what's happening in the world. For instance, we shouldn't go for a holiday in Ukraine, for example. At the moment, I wouldn't advise anyone. Or Palestine is not a very good place to go for a holiday just now. It should be at the lotus feet of Adhoksaya, right? Transcendental Lord. And we should be contemplating. So if we understand selfless bhakti, ahoitaki, and apratiyata, we perform yajna dana tapasa with our material things, then we can approach transcendence very easily. Because if we become ahoitaki, then our swarup, our relationship and our realization of Krishna will follow. Because that is the mood of transcendence. Do you see the point? Do you see the point? If we understand philosophically or sadhu or from Shastra that the spiritual world is ahoitaki, selfless interchange, if we understand that and we practice that mood in our chanting, in our study of the Leela, in the study of philosophy, in our practice of bhakti, if we practice that, then we are awakening our spiritual nature. We all have swarup, jivera swarupoi nityera Krishnadas. So this is very important. But if we are coming to bhakti, I'm not pointing the finger at anyone. But if we come to bhakti, and we think, this will be good. I can go to heavenly planets. I can get this. I can get that. I'll be a big man. I'll be famous. I'm not saying anyone is like that. But if we're haunted by these desires, then our realization of Krishna will be put on hold. You understand? It'll be very much in the fridge, frozen, solid. But if we can chant, for Krishna's pleasure, we study Bhagavatam, what does Krishna say in the Gita? He says, those that study this conversation worship me by their intelligence, right? And the sages at Naimisharanya, they were great sages in the forest, they approached Sutta Goswami and they said, Sutta Goswami, being blessed with many years, you were present at the conversation of Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami. Please tell us what happened. So, and then they say, it's in the Bhagavatam, we are here to perform yajna. So we should always remember that. Madhyaji means we perform everything as yajna. Manmana bhava madbhakto. And when I'm studying Bhagavatam or Gita or any literature, I'm performing yajna. Why? I'm doing it as an offering. When I'm chanting, I'm performing it not like a parrot. Mind you, sometimes parrots can become devoted, I believe. But but we should chant with selfless devotion. And then hearing, chanting, smṛtam, right? We meditate on the form of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna, the, what's the next? Rupa, the form of Krishna, the quality, the leela of Krishna, the associates of Krishna. We should perform it with a little bhava, a little selfless devotion. That bhava will come if we are selfless in our practice. You understand? This is the point. Because this is adhokshaja, transcendental, and that is the selfless realm. That is, the material world is the place of selfishness. Me, mine, getting something for me. So we can enter or get a little touch of transcendence when we're selfless. So everything is yajna. Then pada sevanam means serving lotus feet. That means doing some service. It also means going on parikriṣṭaṁ, or going to take bath in Jamuna, or going to Badrik Ashram, whatever. We do it as a yajna, as an offering. And then archanam, vandanam, dasyam, sakyam, atma nivedanam. So they should always be performed as yajna. This is transcendental yajna. Here, divisions of faith. This chapter is about what kind of religious things people do when they're under the modes, right? So throughout this chapter, just like we just read, charity in the mode of goodness is explained. Charity in the mode of goodness is selfless. It's done out of duty, without expectation of return, proper time and place to a worthy person, right? So if you give a lot of, you say you gave $100 to a drunkard, this is a graphic, that is not exactly going to be good yajna, is it? Because he's going to spend it on alcohol and, so on and so forth. So then, now we'll look at this mode of ignorance. Charity performed at impure place at an improper time to unworthy persons without proper attention and respect is said to be in the mode of ignorance, right? So this is all very good information. But the transcendental dān, charity, yajna and tapasya is in the mode of goodness, but it's pointed, it's performed with bhakti. You understand? Just like you can be a jnani, studying all the shastra, but you should perform with bhakti. You understand? Then that's wonderful. Then you become a learned person, and your bhakti will turn that to realization. And you can also do all tapasya, right? You perform tapasya, and of course Lord Chaitanya's, what is that? We should chant 64 rounds, right? On Ekadashi, if we can, if we find. And then we perform it as tapasya, right? But we don't think, I'll get something. We'll, just like those sages at Naimisharanya, they were thinking, we want to perform yajna by hearing you, Sutta Goswami. So a devotee, he may chant 64 rounds Ekadashi or every day. Actually, it's in the Chaitanya scriptures that it said that Lord Chaitanya never eats in the house of somebody who is not a lakpati. You know that, you must know that, right? So a lakpati means somebody who chants a lakh of name. But Prabhupada made adjustment, but also devotees that get up very early in the morning and go to Mangalarti, an hour and a half, and then they go to Guru Puja and they chant there and they go to class. They are performing more than 16 rounds in one sense with their time. You understand? If you're sitting under a tree or you have a very simple household, then you can easily chant 1 lakh. But if you're in the ashram and going Mangalarti, Guru Puja class, Bhagavad Gita class, then you may find hard to find the time to be a lakpati. So I think we can intelligently deduce that a devotee that is full-time in service in the temple, he is also an object of favor of Lord Chaitanya. Because ultimately the Supreme Lord is very merciful. So, yes, we perform yajna dana tapasa, but we do it to adhoksaya, with selflessness. Yajna meaning using whatever facility, we offer it to Krishna and Krishna's devotees, Lord Chaitanya, Gaudiyate. And charity, we're charitable with devotees, right? What are the, it says in the Shastra, right, that a devotee, he gives in charity to fellow devotees, right? That is what is the 6 loving exchanges of devotees? Yeah, so tell us those 6 things now. Didati pratigad. Yes? Yes. Giving. So what are the 6 in English for everyone? One is? Giving gift and receiving gift, right?
Listen the others.
Huh?
Take shelter to the others and listen the others. No?
Yes.
Revealing one's mind to...
And that's right, that's it. Revealing one's mind and listening to devotees so that there's a nice social thing. No, we should be living in a good family. We shouldn't be all isolated, scared to reveal our mind or, we should be one big happy family, right? So, yes, that is in the Shastra there. And so, this is our yajna dana tapasa. Here is a stress on yajna dana tapasa within the modes, right? And so we can learn from this and say, yes. There's an old saying in English culture, and it says, one should never regret being generous. Because that generosity will find its way back to you. Now that sounds a bit fruitive, I want to return. But the real meaning is, there is a law of karma. So just do good things and relax. Just be good. Always be nice to devotees, be kind to devotees, be patient, listen, friendly. Don't be kutinati, right? Fault finder and this and that. Because that will find its way back to you, will it not, right? We discussed this last week, tapasya, in the mode of, and what are those three things? Mind, body, and words. Yes, remember we discussed. So we should practice in that way. And though we don't want to be fruitive, but while we're in this period of sadhana, we can feel confident. I'm doing nice things for devotees, I'm being kind and patient, and that is pleasing to Krishna. That is pure. But we know that if, as the Americans say, what goes around comes around, right? So that is good to remember. That will keep us on the straight and narrow, right? What does it say in the Bible? It says, what you sow, you will reap. All right? That's the law of karma, is it? And then there's another saying in the Bible, sow the wind, reap the hurricane, right? Right? You know that if you create a wind, if you sow the wind, begin a wind, then you will reap. That means, just like a farmer, he reaps the wheat field. He sows the seed and he reaps the wheat. So he gets the result. So if you sow the wind, you will reap the hurricane, the tufan. And I don't mean the train to Calcutta. So those things can be there to help us, because we are in an action-reaction world, right? And so Krishna is warning people, And remember, in the earlier chapter, Krishna explains the demoniac. There's so much wealth do I have today, and I will get more according to my plans. He is my enemy, I have killed him. He is my enemy, and I will kill him. There is none so powerful and wonderful as me. I will give in charity, right? Is that right? And in this way I will rejoice. Yes, but you will also reap the tufan. So this is, there's many, the Bhagavad Gita is so wonderful, isn't it? So full of knowledge. But we want to perform yajna, dāna, tapasa for the sake of the spiritual master, to see the spiritual master. We want to become advanced devotees. Why? For the happiness of the spiritual master, right? For the happiness of the parampara, for the happiness of Krishna. That is selfless bhakti. So this is above modes of nature. This is sanatan dham, right? Selfless devotion. Ahoitiki apratihata. Yenatma suprasidati. That means you will be above the modes, because the modes, of course, mode of goodness is a little different, but you will be above the agitation of passion and ignorance and all that tension. So devotee is very skillful in this way. So Krishna here is giving us great knowledge in this conversation. Yes. And then we'll all go back to Godhead, and we'll all be in the spiritual world together. Eternally. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So thank you for your kind attention and coming for class. I hope you come next Friday. Any discussion points? Any improvements? Whatever. Yes?
No.
Huh? No, you can improve on me, don't worry. Go on then. Next you.
No, after him.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
My question is not from the class. I
Oh.
just wonder if you can give some suggestion for somebody who departed, not devotee, but very dear to me. Is second chapter enough Bhagavad Gita to read every day for them? For their words?
Who's departed?
My mom.
Just recently.
Yeah, 3 days.
So your family's distressed. Well,
It's
tack.
just me family, so
Huh?
we're just two, so it's just me and
Well, you don't have father and brothers, siblings. Well, you have to contemplate the eternality of the soul, right? And you should not be worried in that sense. You know, your mother, you're doing the best thing for your mother by being a devotee, right? There's many statements in the Shastra
yeah, she
that
appreciated it. It was not for her, but she appreciated. She said, "I am happy," so she accepted.
yes, even my mother didn't mind. She lived to 97. No, she came, she stayed here 6 months, and she used to make garlands for the deities. And then she got one of those rail passes. You know, 20, 30 years ago they had rail passes. And my sister came, and they went all over South India. You know, you jump on a train and show the rail pass, and they give you. And so before they went, she stayed 6 months, and she went there 4 months. And I prayed to Krishna. I said, you know, because two girls, they don't. I pray, oh Krishna, don't let them become sick. You know, the stomach's not used to the water and the food, and don't let them be stolen from. So they came back after a few months, and I said, Mother, how did it go? She said, everywhere, everyone was wonderful. So that's what she said, that's right. She said that, I said, did you get any stomach upset? She said, no, never. She traveled all over the place with my sister. So your mother is like that, is under the protection of Krishna. You can consider that way. That your mother is now in a very, very wonderful place, you see. And she's probably waiting for you to come to transcendence also, because we know you're a good devotee. So this is it. Krishna, this is the thing to remember. There's so much Shastra and rules and this and that, but ultimately Krishna is the ocean of mercy, right? He's the Supreme Father, He's the Supreme Creator. So He is just looking for a chance to help us. You understand?
Interestingly enough, I was praying because I'm going soon. Next week I'm going. And I was praying...
Back to Russia.
No, I'm from Bulgaria.
Oh, Bulgaria, sorry. I've been to Bulgaria, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I surf in UK, so I'm just arriving to UK and I plan trip to go to see her. And I was praying, please Krishna, keep her, so I can meet her.
Yes.
She was not well, but for a long time she's not well, so I cannot stay all the time there. So
Yeah.
finally I decided.
Oh, don't worry. You're doing the best
And
duty.
The last time when they admitted in the hospital, she was not well. So I understood that it's better let her go. And
Yes.
I literally went and prayed to Krishna, whatever is better for her, please do it. It was difficult for me to say, that I'm letting go. If you believe me, the same day she left.
Yes.
It's kind of waiting.
No, it sounds she passed away very simply and easily. So, and you've done your duty. You're the best daughter a mother could have. So, and just rejoice in her happiness.
Second chapter, it's sufficient.
Yes. And like I say, contemplate that the soul is eternal. This is the thing. Yeah. Contemplate the eternality of the soul. And how if I become a devotee, then my descendants and forefathers, they're also benefited. That's there in the Shastra. in different ways and this in different numbers of generations. So you've done a wonderful thing for your mother. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this Hare Krishna mantra is for your mother. And Prabhu, you had a quick question.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Offer prasadam, take prasadam, and reveal your mind and listen.
Prati-upakāra-artham.